supervisors use the framework to work on diversity?
A very complex issue, and one which I know many supervisors struggle with. So, for example, if they were coming from the functional approach, they would be investigating what support systems there are in the university. For example, is there English for foreign language students? What support systems are there for those with specific learning needs, so that they know exactly where they can refer people to if they want to. Under enculturation, a very key thing to ask would be, does this student feel excluded? Because we know that social isolation is a problem for some students, and we ought to be looking out for it and seeing if there's anything we can do to mitigate that. They might also ask, are there any resources that they're going to have difficulty accessing for whatever reason? Under critical thinking, it's probably slightly less prominent in terms of the individual relationship here, but you might well be asking, what are the elements here? But the supervisor also needs to be asking themselves, are there patterns? Is this student exhibiting behaviour that I can see elsewhere? So maybe I can begin to understand a broader set of needs. How many students might have similar needs? Are these needs that I can help with, or that I ought to be asking for other institutional help maybe, or other supervisors to help with? Under emancipation, this is a very nice one for a diversity question, because the supervisor can relax a bit and say, how can I understand and learn from this student? Because diversity does offer us that opportunity, and it can be a very rewarding kind of question to ask. Under relationship development, I guess the supervisor says, what are the students' expectations here? What has their learning experience been like before? And how can I learn from that? So it's slightly emancipatory question, but it's also really about understanding their needs, discussing them, and working out how far we can meet them. So there are different approaches to dealing with diversity from all of these different aspects of the framework.